Yeah.
2026.
Oh my God, is that fun?
One question.
Yeah.
When is the AMP-X coming out?
This year.
Yes!
I promised it, but I can keep the promise. Why? Because we are in production. We are working on the pre-production now. This is a pre-production version. And now we have iterations like the first batch was 8 pieces. The next batch will be 20 pieces, then it's 50 pieces. And so I ramp it up, do my beta testing with it, and then release it in the... But I'm very confident because I know what we have achieved and I know what's still on the list. It is something, but it's not a deal breaker anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, the reason, if you don't know...
Well, this is an ongoing one.
Thomas has been promising the release for a very long time, but the thing with the AMP-X, it's not a digital firmware update that you can do. It's not something you can plug into USB and change everything. You're analog, right?
Yeah, and well, it's analog and digital. It's analog technology that is digitally controlled. So the good thing about the digital domain is you can update any time. But anything that I would not have in my analog circuitry to give me the flexibility that I wanted, which was a very bold claim to be able to recreate any amp that I have seen so far, including very old vintage amps and very modern high-gain amps, which are two very, very different sides of the universe in amp. And this is a one-channel amp, basically, that is having a circuitry that is mega flexible to be able to recreate or create all these amps. And this is what took me so long to sign it off. And so I have now proven to myself with vintage tweed Fender combos and 5150s that I can do it.
So you did this with the AMP-1 before.
Yeah.
And I saw you on a stage in Austria, in a music shop, and I filmed that, and you fooled me. You did it with the JCM 800.
Yeah.
And you nailed what I was hearing to the same cab. You just switched amp, you went do-do-do-do-do, and it was great. What is the major difference between the old stuff that you were offering and this new AMP-X?
Yeah, the AMP-1 is an analog amp that has like analog features. If there is a gain control, it is physically that gain control in the circuitry that is handling the gain of the overdrive stages or the clean gain or the clean drive, so to speak. And that bass control is that physical bass control in the circuitry. On the AMP-X, we have several layers. So there is the analog circuitry with, we call it digital pots, which are resistor arrays, analog, but these are digitally controlled, and they are the pots. And so, with a layer of software, I can change all my frequencies, all my clipping curves, everything. And that gives me the flexibility to do whatever I want with their circuitry. It is like you had a toolbox of resistors and whatever, tubes and diodes and capacitors, and you can rearrange it. But I do that kind of digitally.
So that's how I understood it.
Yeah.
It's like having all the analog options, and then your circuitry, which is digitally controlled, selects where your signal is going.
Exactly.
That's what I thought. I wasn't 100% sure,
and
I'm not deep into electronics.
I tell you one thing.
Sure.
I always stick very much to the recipe of tube amps. Tube amps, to me, are the ultimate sound tools. So if it comes to amps, my favorite amps are tube amps. I mean, I have a huge collection, and when I get excited about tone, it's usually by a tube amp. If I'm getting excited about effects, it can be digital as well. So, there's nothing bad about digital. I have seen advantages, but tone, for me, for the guitar, still tube amp is the thing that does it best. And when I started AMP-1, I was analyzing one thing different to all the other guys. I know that a tube amp creates the sound in the preamp and the power amp. And most other non-tube amp designs lacking something in the power amp. There's a thing called the current feedback. That's one thing, but it's only one thing. And the moment you look at the whole thing as an interaction, it is, the speaker and the power amp stage is a tandem. Hey! the singer of last night's jam. Anyway, it was fun. Van Halen we played, and Whitesnake and whatnot. Anyway, back to the, what is the thing about the interaction in a tube amp with a real guitar speaker is what is part of the magic of electric guitar tone to me. And
Okay.
a modeler can try to do things like that, but it's not as pure. You know, they can, and what we are doing is we actually have the exact same kind of things going on the amp, just like a tube amp. And I knew that from my history, that this is the important part of to get the feel as well. You know, maybe...
Could we hear it? Like I heard a little bit of this digital, this delay thing you were doing earlier.
Yeah.
I know that you can talk forever and ever and ever,
Yeah.
and you have a lot of good things to say that people should know.
Yeah.
But I would love to hear what you're, because you've given me all this information. Now I need to hear it. I need a little tone break.
Okay. I mean, the result of the whole thing is having everything in one box. So,
right.
so
I mean, this is it. It's
yeah.
not. Can I pick it up? I've never.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a full 100. It's actually a 200 watt amp that we tame down. There's a power scale thing, so we can scale it down to 2 watts for the guys that have a small speaker at home and want to crank the master on 10 to make sure. We have all these features because the digital side gives us all the flexibility. But okay, so this is a sound with loaded effects, and any modeler could do that. So we are still talking over this.
Yeah. It sounds beautiful, Thomas. It is.
It's one example. I can give you other tones.
As you say, we're talking at a volume that is loud talking.
Yeah, but
definitely at that volume for the guitar.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, and what I'm doing here is I have real power amp saturation, but I can scale it down without tonal loss. That's unique. I mean, people like Føl Power Station doing something great. They put a load at the end of a tube amp instead of a speaker, which it tries to be as reactive as a real speaker. Great job. And then have another tube amp to recreate the sound again with a new speaker to be independent in volume. This is happening here as we can hear it now.
And also, we're coming into the recorder with two XLR cables. There's no microphone. You're not hearing any microphones in the room.
Yeah.
So we don't know exactly how it's sounding, but if it's sounding like what I'm hearing now, and the way also, when you mature as a player a little bit, it's the relationship between the gear and your fingers.
Exactly.
And you are playing that rig. You're not just playing that
notes.
You are,
I work the tone. And that's my life. I mean, I'm fascinated by that effect of the sound of electric guitar. Working, wring that neck, and then like having the tones. That's one note. I can play 3 notes, and there's a lot of mass or thing that I can form with my fingers. And that's what's the difference. I mean, I know that there are other great products out there. They sound pleasant to other people's ears, but they don't connect to your fingers. No latency, by the way, because nothing is ever converted here.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that is the thing why we all have to wait, because I want to have this kind of quality for all the sounds, and even effect pedals. I have done tube screamers, red pedals.
And it's all in there.
It's all in there, and it's all analog. So I'm not losing that, tonal integrity.
So let's say the rat, for example.
Yeah.
Is there a rat in there?
Yeah.
Then the analog.
Yeah. Yeah. And guess what I have been doing? I have been so bold to tell people I can do a tube screamer as an SD1, as an OD1, as an...
Just by reworking the circuit.
Yeah. And I can do like 100 of pedals with this circuit. I can do like hundreds of amps. And this is why it took so long.
Of course.
I could prove with a few pedals easily, but over the years I have done more examples, and I had to stretch the flexibility of my circuitry to being able to do that. I can switch here to a 5150 or a Fender from 57, and it's identical. Or, as you said, so close.
It fooled me, yeah.
Yeah,
It
fooled you, and it fools other people as well. And that was always my goal.
Great, well, I can't wait till it actually gets released so we can get
and
some
you get it in the
feedback.
hands, and you have to feel it. And the moment you feel it, you know what I'm talking about. That it is just like a tube amp. So if a tube amp is not your kind of thing, because I know younger players
Sure.
sometimes
Just want plugins and that's fine.
yeah, and they have not learned to feel and touch playing.
Yes.
Which is a new generation, all good, different music. But if you are into the old school tube amp tone, that's the most flexible product on the market.
Well, that's what he says. Let's see if it's true.
Yeah.
When it comes out, I'm sure a lot of people are going to have some feedback for you. A lot of people love what you do, so obviously they're going to get the stuff first because they've probably got their name down already. And then when you've made more, I'm really looking forward to the feedback because I've known you for a long time. I trust you. I trust your ears.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get the feedback. So if you have one, let us know in the video comment section what you think. Thomas, thank you ever so much for your time, man.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best of luck. I hope it is your
I will just
your
do
year.
it. I do it my way, and it will come this year. Period.
All right. Thank you for watching. There are other videos in this playlist. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.